I wasn't going to post this video because it's a bit more random than I was planning for this channel. We're going to spray paint my vape pen holder. It's an important step when starting a new channel to post content that appeals to absolutely nobody. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm taking this airbrush, which I got from a nail company, and I've used it on nails before. Fantastico. However, I think I broke it in this video. You'll see. I couldn't even remember how to put it together. There we go. Yeah, so when you see that I've broken it, let me know if you know how to fix it. What is the part I need? What do I have to do? Because I want to do more stuff with this. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've broken it. So we've also got these airbrush gel nail polishes. Not really what I would recommend for spray painting things. You can get proper paint, acrylic paint, is it? I have no idea. For airbrush machines. But this is what I have, and we're working with what we have. So I'm going to buff my vape stand. But I suppose this is a transferable, we're doing a galaxy. Maybe you'll learn how to spray paint a galaxy. I don't know. I learn't it as I did it. But I just thought it'd be a bit of fun. So I'm buffing everything so it's not shiny. I'm taking I'm using as much of my nail skills, or nail techniques, should I say, and transferring them to basically everything else I do in my entire life. We're going to start with black. Now these are, sometimes when you use airbrush with gel polish, you have to water them down or dilute them with, is it isopropyl alcohol or is it acetone? One or the other. But these ones you don't have to, which was good. Here I am wondering, why is it not working? I'm pressing the button. I've got the stuff in. I've twisted the end. Turns out, hadn't turned it on. So I figured that out in a minute. But I'm going to blue tack down this just onto some kitchen roll. We call it kitchen roll. What do you call it? Paper towels? It's kitchen roll. And then I'm just going to start spraying. I'll turn down, have I turned it down? The spray noise. So I didn't know how thick to go. Do I do it until it's super opaque? Do I cure as I go? Who knows? So I thought, well, cure as I go is not going to do any harm. So we're going to cure this. I did put it in my big lamp after doing this for a minute. I just wanted to sort of freeze it in place so that if I dropped it on the way to the lamp that's 30 centimeters away, then it wouldn't smudge. So now I'm just going to do the second coat, and I think at this point I thought just keep going until it's fully opaque. And because the stand is clear, can't believe I'm talking about spray painting a vape stand like there's going to be people searching for this, but we're just having fun. It's just for shits and giggles and to make things look prettier. What was I saying? Yeah, because it's clear, I don't need to do the back of it because it will just stay black. So now I'm taking the white. I thought I'd start with the white and then we'll go back to it later. So this is going to be the center of the, let's say, the Milky Way. Pick a galaxy, any galaxy, and spray that. And I don't mind if it's a bit patchy. Then we're going to take whatever colour this is, pink, and go around it. Do you know what I find weird about airbrushes? I assumed when I got one, how would I know where to hold it and where it's going to go? Obviously, you're pointing at it. Been pointing at things since I first had fingers. But for some reason, you point it at it and it goes where you're pointing it. Of course it does. But I mean, I imagined it would be more difficult to get it where I want it because you're not touching the airbrush with it. Oh, here, I broke it. But it does seem to go where your head is wanting it, where your brain is wanting it to go. So that thing came off the end. Now I'm adding, is this more pink? Yeah, so I've done white first so that the pink shows up more. But obviously I was trying to maybe avoid the centre, but figured we can go back with white after. Yeah, that thing came off the end and now it just won't screw back on. But like, I didn't do anything to the thread. I wasn't doing anything. I was just using it. So I don't know what happened there. If you know, or if you know how I can fix it, let me know. Because I do want to airbrush more things, but with some proper paints. I can't use gel polish for everything, as much as I can think of a way to use gel polish in any situation in life. You know, stranded on a desert island, need a fire? Let me check my nail desk. I'm sure I'll find something. So I haven't got the ability to adjust the spray, the amount that's coming out. So we're just going with it. So I've done some purple outside of the pink. Or was it blue? No, I think it was purple. I'm looking at it. I should be able to tell. And then I'm going back in with the white and doing some little short bursts. So we get patchy bits. You know, that's where the stars are condensed. And then we're going to add some stars. Just hand paint some with gel polish, of course. And I didn't do the best job of this. Millions of stars I painted. I've probably painted every star in the Milky Way on nails over the years. But I just didn't do a very good job. The dots are fine. That's just a dot. It's very hard to go wrong. But then these bits, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm doing a dot. And then I'm wiping off the product from my brush so that there's not much product on it. And then I'm pulling out from that dot. I'm pulling up and down and left and right to create a little star. So that's what we're doing here. Even though you can see black on the other side of these things, this stand, I didn't spray galaxies on the back because I think I just couldn't be bothered. And I don't see the back of it, so it doesn't matter. Out of sight, out of mind, and all that. So we're just adding some little stars, and then we're going to put some milky gel around them, which doesn't show up too much on this. Can you even see what I'm doing? It's reflective, so not so much. Yeah, we'll add some milky gel around it to give it that kind of glowing vibe. Oh, and then adding lots of little dots. Not very good at doing random stuff. And I think someone once said in a comment on my other channel, said to be random, do 2 things near each other and then 1 far away. And 2 near, 1 far away. And that will kind of help in randomnosity. So I'm just doing a bunch of little dots. These stars are closer to us. It was very tempting to add billions of dots. If there was a job where I could get paid just to paint little dots and stars and crescent moons on things, didn't add a moon. Oh, I should have added a planet. Didn't think of that. Yeah, I would quite happily have that job and just paint stars and dots for the rest of my life. I'm taking this milky white gel paint. I'm using my thumb as a palette because this isn't my nail channel, so we don't have to be naily. We don't have to be professional. Not that I'm overly professional on Miss Jo's, but there you go. So we're going to go round the stars, just round the centre of them, but so that the milkiness comes out further than the dot that is the centre of the star. Yeah? Okay, yeah, same. I need some ideas. I've got a whole list of ideas for videos that I want to do on this channel, but I've got to get the stuff to do it, which is why we've ended up with a vape stand video that no one in the world's going to watch. I'll be surprised if it gets any views, but here it is. So I need some ideas, just random stuff. Just want to do, you know, I do like crafty stuff, obviously, but anything random. Give me some ideas. Is there a video you want to see that you can't find a video for? Let me know. Right, we're going to cure. So once I finished all the galaxy and everything, and the dots and the stars, I put this all in the lamp, which was a bit finickety because this bit of paper and kitchen roll was bigger than the inside of my lamp, but we made it work. And now I've cured the milky bits, and I'm going back in with the white, this is a gel paint, just into the centre of those stars to make them really bright in the centre. Then I found some glitter. I say I found some glitter. I've got about 700 glitters, but this one just crawled out the drawer and threw itself at my face. It's a clear holographic, so it's no colour, it's just bits of hollow. So I pat this everywhere because glitter, you know. Got a bit too much here. Damn it. Tried to wipe it off. Oh, and then I tried to wipe it off. Actually wipe it off. And I think I took some of the... Oh, look at that big fingerprint. I took some of the paint off somehow. Or at least some of the like pinky purple bits that were down in that area. But I'm just patting this. Everything's still sticky. It's got that tacky layer that gel has. So I'm just pressing it into that. And then I tried something really dumb, which didn't work. Let me know if you have another solution. Oh, bit of fluff, bit of paper. Yeah, so now I wipe that off and look. Has it taken some of the... I think it has taken some of something off. But it's fine. This is not going on display anywhere. I'm not entering a competition of who's got the prettiest vape stand. So I thought, let's try and top it with spray. Surely that would work, because then it would be a smooth, flat surface. But I didn't have a top coat that was ready to go, like the other colours. So I mixed gel polish top coat with either isopropyl alcohol or acetone. Can't remember, this was a while ago. And it sprayed a little bit and then it stopped. It was like getting clogged up. It just wasn't happening. I'm guessing my mixture was wrong, or the whole thing was a dumb idea. Do you use top coat if you do nails and use an airbrush? Do you ever top with it? Can you top with it? Is it a thing? I don't know. So I'm giving it a stir every time, because then a bit comes out, but then it just gave up entirely. So that was the end of that. Here we go. It's dead. It's not working. Put it down. Is it? No. So then we had to resort to using a gel polish top coat in its natural form. And that meant that it was going to be all wibbly wobbly. You know, the light, the surface. So that was kind of annoying. But I topped it anyway, because it had to be topped. And you know what I should have done? Here's what I should have done. I should have matte topped it, because then there would be no light reflection, so you wouldn't see that the surface now looks all wibbly wobbly. But I figured shiny, because, you know, shiny is just nicer, isn't it? So I'm going to top all of this and then cure it. And then I had the genius idea of buffing it, thinking if I buff it, then retop it, it will be smooth, surely, but it's not. You still see brush strokes from the polish. I suppose if I'd have just poured polish all over it, you know, put it on a little rack that you put your cakes on when you get them out the oven, or like when you see them drizzle donuts, you know, a wire rack, and then just pour top coat over it and let it self-level, that might have worked. But I guess I just wasn't willing to pour all over it for what it is, you know. It's not worth it. So now I'm doing a second coat, wrongly thinking now it'll be smooth. No, you still see all the brush strokes. Do you think I should have left it matte? It does look kind of cool matte, doesn't it? Oh well, I could go over it with matte top coat, but I'll be honest, that's not going to happen. So we'll finish topping this, and then again we're going to cure it in my UV nail lamp for 60 seconds. I might have done it for more, just for, you know, just to be sure. And then I couldn't get the thing in the thing, so I found this blade. And as a lefty, I feel I shouldn't be allowed to do things like this, because even though those are my hands and I'm watching this back with all 10 fingers, I still feel like watching this makes me feel like I'm about to lose a finger. Why am I holding things so bizarrely, you know? It's like I've never held an object in my life. Please give me a blade. So I'm going to scrape off some of the paint from the inside of that hole, and then the bottom. Oh, here's a close-up. You can see it's sparkly. Yay! Did I put the flash on? No, but it looks even sparklier with the flash on. I think that looks quite good for a galaxy. Maybe. Could have been a bit brighter in the middle, huh? Oh, here's the flash. Hollow. Yay, not evenly spread out at all and great big fingerprints, so that's okay. But this still wouldn't fit in here, so I had to scrape some off the bottom of it, like this. More came off than I had planned, but that's okay. And then after filming, it was still a bit loose. It was a bit loose in it, so at first it wouldn't fit. Then I scraped some off and it was a bit wibbly wobbly. So I ended up gelling, using some builder gel, I think, to gel this thing in place. So now it doesn't fall down all the time. It used to fall down all the time, so annoying. And then we're good to go. And I take it off the sides here because I hadn't done a neat job. I hadn't paid attention to the sides. So I thought, well, I can't be bothered to get the airbrush out again and start putting more paint in. So I just scraped it off, and because it's black, it kind of looks black from the side anyway. Faffing around with the knife a bit more. Risking. Look, it looks like I'm going to... it made me a bit anxious editing this. I was like, you're going to cut yourself. Even though I know I didn't. So we'll put that in there, and yeah, I did end up gelling it in there. And that's that. Yeah, there's a gap where I took some paint off. That's fine. So that, this is my old one. I did it with a blue cat eye and added glitter. It's very old and tatty. So now we've got a new galaxy one. There you go. And the back is black, but I don't see that. It's fine. What do you think? Do you like it? Look at that. Yay! Whoop whoop. This is a new channel, so feel free to like and subscribe. Hype if you have the option. It really does help. There's going to be some more random videos. I don't really know what though. But subscribe and you'll find out. And I appreciate you being here, and I accidentally do and miss Joe's goodbye. But I'll see you in the next one. Bye!